The question is asked, how do you reinvent yourself if you want to start from the nothingness, from 0 point? If you want to literally change the patterns that have been programmed into the brain to match a different frequency, which ultimately changes your experience here. To answer this question, we will consult the tarot, and the card has already been pulled, which is the 10 of disc. As we see with the 10 of disc, we know that the 10 is a combination of the sun and Pluto. We understand that Pluto represents death and rebirth, whereas the sun represents life and vitality. So when we fuse the sun and Pluto, we have the rebirth of vitality, the rebirth of the life force, which is what we're talking about, how to reinvent yourself. Well, we have to destroy our life force. And by destroy our life force, I mean the unconscious patterns that we attract. What occurs is we are not just manifesting through our conscious mind or what we are thinking. We also have the subconscious and the unconscious. So we have these three dimensions of the mind that all manifest. So we are pulling energies to ourselves from not just our thought or our conscious mind, but also the subconscious, what's in our memory, and also the unconscious, which represents the Akashic records. We have access to all three of these chambers. But how do we reinvent ourselves specifically? Because we're dealing with the disk, we are dealing with memory, like floppy disk, SD cards, storage devices that can be reprogrammed. A SD card can be reprogrammed, floppy disk reprogrammed. The storage on our cell phones can be reprogrammed. You can delete and add as you please. Every time we delete or add anything to our storage, it creates an image or a symbol. And that symbol represents all of your data. That image is constantly changing as we are constantly adding and taking away things. So this energy is constantly changing. So when you add this ever-changing energy with the sun and Pluto, Pluto completely destroys something so that it can be rebuilt better. So that's what I mean by we must destroy ourselves. First, to reinvent ourselves, we must die. We must allow ourselves to be broken down to the smallest atoms and then rebuild. So we must channel Pluto to destroy and channel the sun to rebuild. So you look at your Pluto alignment, at your sun alignment. How do I destroy myself? Pluto shows you the way. How do I reinvent myself after destroying myself? How do I grow from the nothingness after I have stripped myself of everything? The sun helps us to grow. So even destructive energies are necessary when it is time for us to accept a new reality. As we grow in knowledge, our technique becomes more advanced in terms of how we problem solve. Astrology helps us to identify where our power is. Not just where it is, what is the nature of it? Where is it? What is its nature? And how do you take advantage? This is what the occult teaches us. So when I say Pluto, when I say the sun, these are intelligence, living intelligence, like spirits, planets, spirits, stars, all living intelligence. We have the ability to communicate because these energies are always in effect, whether we know it or not, whether we like it or not. So as we navigate through life, the more we understand our alignments and their nature, when it is time to destroy, we know exactly where to destroy and the nature of destruction. The more data and information we have about our own talents and abilities gives us unlimited wealth and potential to do all that we please. If we are willing to go to the Lord of the underworld, because Pluto or Hades is the Lord of the underworld, whereas the sun or Apollo, of course, is more angelic. So to reinvent yourself, you must call upon the Lord of the underworld as well as the Lord of light. The angels will help you to grow, whereas the demons will help you to strip all impurities that no longer serve you. Peace.